And those three went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking. It was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
Oh, those are the seats they covered up. Well, they covered it.
Tomorrow night, after an all-new prison break, enter a thrilling world of dark conspiracies and hidden power. The disappearance of a senator's wife is only the beginning. Vanished. All new tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, right here on Fox. And there's more Bledsoe getting loose and warm over on the sidelines. Believe me, this is not a day where you're going to tighten up if there's nothing wrong. I mean, you need gills to breathe on a day like this. It is humid. It is hot. 3rd down and 7. A rather important 3rd down being faced here by the Jaguars, up 7 with 8:45 to play.
Well, it's big in that, I mean, obviously if they don't make it, they punt down and then the defense has to play good defense. But, you know, I've always felt the good teams, the good offensive teams in a position like this are able to convert a 3rd down like this, move the ball down the field, come away with some points, even if it's a field goal, and put the game out of reach.
The Jaguars in the second half, 4 of 5 on 3rd down. We were talking about Troy before the break. 3rd and 7. Blitz over the middle. Pass is caught, but knocked down shy of 1st down yardage is Reggie Williams by Aaron Glenn. It's 4th down. Good play by Glenn.
Yeah, it was a good play by Glenn, and the philosophy there for the Cowboys was let's bring pressure. They brought rookie safety Pat Watkins to try to force Byron Leftwich to get the ball out early, and then assuming that the Cowboys would be able to make the tackle short of the 1st down, which is exactly how it unfolded.
About a rookie back for the Cowboys in this important position. Waiting inside his own 15 for the punt from Hansen. Good punt. A fair catch called for inside the 15-yard line. They'll mark him at the 13. That's where the drive will start for the Cowboys, down 7.
It's not about their past.
Coach, I want to show people I can do something with my life.
It's about their dreams and their future.
You got nobody but yourself. That's all you need. Believe in yourself.
Or somebody. Gridiron Gang, rated PG-13, opens Friday.
So now this DirecTV Superfan thing is going to show all these NFL games in beautiful high definition. Well, let's all run out and get bikini waxes so that we look nice for our close-ups.
Up to 9 games in HD every Sunday with Superfan, only on DirecTV.
Hey, Coach, you're a fan of the Coors Light Frost Brew Liner, right?
Darn right.
Wouldn't you say it locks in that Frost Brew taste?
I can say it with confidence.
Coach, would you say the Frost Brew Liner rocks?
I think that's probably as well as I can state it. I don't know.
Every Coors Light can is a specially designed liner to lock in that refreshing Frost Brewed taste.
Coach, I started lifting again.
Can you tell?
I don't see any changes that would be visible, you know.
The 2 best dramas on television are on the new Fox Tuesday. First at 8, it's the strangest case House has ever encountered.
Alien DNA. That's impossible.
But the real mystery is beyond belief. An all-new House. Then at 9, strap yourself in.
Somebody hijacked a plane?
Try 100. Someone just took air traffic control.
For the high-stakes world of FBI negotiators.
You want hostages? I'll give you hostages.
Standoff, all new. It all starts at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Brad Garrett's new hit comedy proves in marriage, everything is negotiable.
If you let me buy the patio furniture that I want, I am all yours.
How bad is this patio furniture?
Till Death, all new at 8/7 Central, Fox Thursday.
Jack Del Rio and the Jaguars out in front by 7 with under 8 to play. Worst starting field position of this game for Dallas as they begin at their own 13. Bledsoe to the sideline for Glenn. And Terry Glenn with a catch. He'll pick up 9. Brought down by Rasheed Mathis.
I'll tell you what, that was a risky throw there by Drew Bledsoe. He was looking for Terrell Owens down the middle of the field and really wasn't even able to step into the throw and hung it out there a little bit. Back when the ball came out, thought the corner was going to get a good break on that one and intercept it.
2nd down and 1. Fasano, the rookie tight end, lined up at fullback. Trying to pick up the 1st down, coming off the corner to hit Julius Jones is Rashean Mathis, who has a huge interception in this game. And that play loses a yard for Dallas. It's 3rd and a couple.
Well, it's just a great play by a corner. You don't find many guys who want to get in there and really stick their nose in there and make a tackle. Rashean Mathis does it. You know, for a guy who started out very slowly in this ball game, not being able to stick with Terrell Owens and giving up some big plays, he has settled in and he has played outstanding here over the last 3 quarters.
3rd down and 2. Over the middle, pass caught by Owens. First catch of this 2nd half, and he makes his money by doing just that. Good in the open field and with a hand in the face of Rashean Mathis the entire way.
Well, watch Rashean Mathis, 27, and what he has to do is he has to navigate the receiver there and go over the top. Terrell Owens goes underneath that receiver, and that's why Rashean Mathis wasn't any closer to Terrell Owens than what he was. Really, not a lot he could do there. All you can hope for is once he catches the ball, Rashean Mathis is there to make the tackle, which ultimately he was.
14 yards and a 1st down for Dallas. Bledsoe steps up and fires. He's intercepted by Grayson. Second pick of the day, and Nick Grayson, the former Giant, with the interception. Stroud with pressure. Bledsoe with his 2nd pick.
Well, Joe, it looked like there was a bust there in what Drew Bledsoe was thinking Terry Glenn was going to do. Drew Bledsoe drops back. He has time, and you see Glenn right in the middle of the field, and Drew's trying to get him the ball. And then the linebacker comes underneath it and makes the play. T.O.'s on the outside, but you could tell by the way Drew Bledsoe responded when he was ready to turn the ball loose that whether it was Terry Glenn or Terrell Owens, that he didn't get what he was expecting. A good job there by Grayson, reading Drew Bledsoe's eyes and folding underneath Terry Glenn and making the interception.
1st down now at the Dallas 40 for Jacksonville, up by 7. This defense, and so many can't wait to say how great it is. Part of the Dallas Cowboys has to stiffen up and not allow a 1st down. It's 2nd down and 8. Taylor picks up 2.
Well, and that's right, Joe. And you know, there's been a lot of talk about this Dallas defense as far as how great they are and how many really good young players they have, and they do have some really great young players. But great defenses find a way to stop teams, and they really have not done that here in the last 2 quarters against Jacksonville. And if they're going to have a chance to win this ball game, they're going to have to tighten up on this possession.
Maurice Drew, who wears Jones Drew on his uniform back to honor his late grandfather, in the backfield, picks up a blitz, and the rookie just delivered the block to allow the completion to Reggie Williams for 15 yards. The little guy stuck his nose right in there.
From UCLA, what do you expect? I mean, a lot of times you put a rookie running back in there and they're not very adept at blocking the blitzes, but he's able to stick his head in there. And then on the outside, you've got Reggie Williams going up against Terrence Newman, and Terrence Newman got all twisted around. He wasn't even in the picture. There's a better look at Maurice Drew, and an awfully good job. I mean, he's going up against a guy there who's one of the best blitzers in the game, and he stoned him.
Challenge flag is on the field, but the play continues, and it's a 1st down catch by Ernest Wilford. Bill Parcells threw the red challenge flag just as the ball was being snapped. So here we are within a span of a week where a head coach has thrown the flag too late. And even though the flag is laying there on the field, that play stands.
Yeah, I think the officials are waiting for Bill just to go pick it back up, because I don't think he's going to get this one.
Well, Parcells threw it late. I happened to just watch him. And he did it right before the snap of the ball. And if the situation was what it was in Pittsburgh, then that play should definitely stand on the completion to Wilford. But Austin is saying, hey, I didn't see it. You threw it late. I've got to see it. And we'll see the flag coming in right there. Boom, the snap. That's throwing it too late.
Yeah, I agree. You've got to be able to get the flag out. Now, based on what was reported, Mike Pereira came back and said, in light of what happened on Thursday night, that the back judges were going to be watching the sidelines, each sideline, to make sure that the challenge flag was not thrown prior to the snap.
Previous play was not a challengeable play. Dallas is charged with their first time out.
So not only that, they don't get the challenge. It's not a challengeable play. Whatever Bill Parcells wanted to challenge about the previous play, and it cost Dallas, down by 7, a precious timeout.
And that's the worst part of it, is losing the timeout.
So we'll talk baseball and look ahead to next Saturday, the Fox Baseball Game of the Week. The Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, a featured game. But don't forget about the Phillies and Astros locked in that NL wild card battle. And the same for the White Sox and A's. A's leading the AL West, and the White Sox not only right there in the wild card, but still in it in the AL Central. Check your local listings for the game in your area. First and goal for Jacksonville from the 10. Hand off to Taylor. Nice move down to the 5. Fred Taylor has come back strong in this opener.
Well, watch the move he puts on Roy Williams right here. I mean, they're getting Roy Williams active around the line of scrimmage. That's where he's best, but he expects Fred Taylor to keep it going vertical up into the line of scrimmage, and it shows you some of the quickness and vision that Taylor has, because he sensed that Roy Williams was coming down on his backside. He's able to plant and make Roy Williams miss, so instead of losing yardage, he's able to pick up positive gain.
Clock continues to wind. Second down and goal with under 3.5 to play. Good clock management. Good running by Taylor all day long. Touchdown, Jaguars.
You know, again, Fred Taylor, we talked a little bit earlier about some of the patience that he shows when he's running, Joe. Watch him here. He's going to start here, but then Brady's going to make a big block. And then Taylor stops and gets back outside of that. Pretty well-designed play. Good execution by Kyle Brady, making the block, making everybody think it's going to stay to the right. And then Taylor, again, because of his quickness, able to outrun everybody to the corner.
Well, Rhea's going to pull a groin celebrating like that over on the sideline. He is fired up. So's Bill Parcells, but for a different reason. 24 unanswered points put up by Jacksonville.
Now we take another look at this and just watch Fred Taylor as he stops right there and has the speed to get outside. Now that's not all that easy to do, but Kyle Brady's the one who made the block on DeMarcus Ware that allowed him to do it.
Troy, there are a couple things that are worth talking about as we wind down this game with 3:13 to go. One, the kicking situation. Vanderjagt brought in, we talked about it, the big miss of 36 yards by Sweezen. Vanderjagt is quick to tell everybody that he is the most accurate kicker in NFL history, but that's long-range history. The short-term history is that Shank against the Steelers last year in the playoffs for Indianapolis of a 46-yarder. Not good during the preseason, missed 2 short ones in the final preseason game. Said, I don't feel 100% with the groin. And Bill Parcells said, well, based on what he said, he's not going to play, and Sweezen is. Sweezen with a huge miss in this game.
But the reason that Dallas may go on to lose this game has nothing to do with Vanderjagt or Sweezen.
Absolutely. But it's something that will be talked about all week long in Dallas after this opening week. Tyson Thompson on the return. The other is Drew Bledsoe, and the way he played today, based upon how Tony Romo played during the preseason. Not saying there's going to be a change to be made right away, but there's going to be a lot of attention paid to Drew Bledsoe and the way he operated in this game. Coming up after this game, the OT, where we will take you all around the NFL in this opening weekend. And you will hear from Reggie Bush, presented by Lowe's. Terry, Howie, Jimmy, scores and highlights in the Fox Sports ticker. So stay with us after the end of this game. Bledsoe's going to air it out for Glenn behind the defense and brought down inside the 30. Dallas won't go quietly as Terry Cousin makes the tackle after a 51-yard completion from Bledsoe.
You know, we've seen this connection a lot between Drew Bledsoe and Terry Glenn over the years, especially last year. And you know, the one thing that Carolina cannot do is give up a big play. It's the only way Cowboys can get back in this game.
On first down, underneath, Marion Barber brought down immediately. And a good play by Smith. Darrell with a tackle after a gain of only 1. 14-point game, approaching the 2-minute warning in Dallas with only 2 timeouts left. Roselle Adams moved too soon. Cowboys came into this game having gone 3-0-1, the tie in the preseason because of the 2 misses by Vanderjagt. First time they've gone undefeated in the preseason since 1985. They look great in doing it, and after a start with a flourish in this game, they have been spinning their wheels on offense ever since.
This Jacksonville team on both sides of the ball have just dominated the second half of football.
2nd and 14. Bledsoe to the sideline for Glenn, so he's gone back to Terry Glenn.
And that's a mistake right there by Terry Glenn. Of course, he got the 2-minute warning, so it stops the clock.
That will stop the clock with 2 minutes left. An 11-yard completion. A 14-point Jacksonville lead here at home.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Three screens, wireless, broadband, and TV are coming together. Another innovation from AT&T, helping you make the most of your world. The passion to invent, the drive to deliver. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves, they happen every day.
Coach, what do you know about this new Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion?
Excuse me, repeat that again?
Coors Light is giving away NFL tickets.
They do things that you don't see every day.
But Coach, what's the point of the Silver Ticket promotion?
It's all about winning.
Yeah. Look for the official entry code inside specially marked packages of Coors and Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets, even Super Bowl tickets, and more.
Coach, I am freaking out about this Silver Ticket promotion.
You have to learn to handle it, okay? You have to learn to handle your own intensity.
2 minutes left. If you are just joining us from other games, Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Pam Oliver with you from Jacksonville. An early 10-point lead put up by the Cowboys. Look at the score, 24-10. No points since early going for the Cowboys, and 24 put up by Byron Leftwich and company. Bledsoe. Owens, what a play for the touchdown. Turn to his left, then back to his right, and Dallas is not dead yet.
Well, you got that right, Joe. It was an unbelievable reception on the part of Terrell Owens because Terrell was expecting the ball to be thrown to the corner. And as you're going to see, the ball was thrown back to the inside, and he turns and picks up the ball and is able to make the play. That's pretty remarkable right there.
Squeeze him. It's a 7-point game. 21-yard touchdown reception for Terrell Owens. And for Terrell Owens, 104th career touchdown.
Well, and it's set up by the big play down the field on the first play of this possession to Terry Glenn down the middle. And you know, that's what I was saying. The only way Dallas could really get back into this game was if Jacksonville gave up a big play and allowed them to score without taking much time off the clock. Now Dallas has 2 timeouts. Are they going to go for the onside kick, or do they kick deep with the idea that they can stop them? 1 first down for Jacksonville, and this game's over.
So Terrell Owens, his first day during the regular season as a Cowboy, a guy who was suspended and deactivated the final 9 games last year by Philadelphia, I would say had a very good game. 6 catches, 80 yards, a touchdown. Here's your game summary. Cowboys 2 interceptions thrown by Bledsoe, 328 total yards. Leftwich has had a very strong first game of the year. New rule, 4 guys at the very least have to be on each side. And the onside kick is taken in by Jacksonville. And that kick by Sweezum did not give the Cowboys any chance as Montel Owens had it hit him right in the chest.
And a good job by Montel Owens there, Joe, because he goes and attacks the ball. A lot of times you'll see these receivers on an onside kick wait until the ball goes 10 yards. He goes and gets it, especially when it took the high hop, and avoided any melee there and scrambling for the ball.
So now the Jaguars have it. Cowboys will have to use their timeouts. Ball at the Dallas 33. Fred Taylor with a big day, and it continues. Picks up 6.
Well, Dallas will let this first play go, knowing that they're only going to be able to stop the play clock twice. And so they'll call the timeouts after the second down play, provided they don't get the first down. If they get the first down, the game's over anyway.
Well, Brandon Tofield comes in as in the backfield. The OT presented by Lowe's is just around the corner. Scores and highlights you'll hear from Reggie Bush. Our thoughts after the first Sunday of the season. A blitz coming, and in the backfield, knifing through his Spears for the tackle, and a loss of 3 by Tofield. There's the second timeout taken by the Dallas Cowboys. And I will come away from this game thoroughly impressed, Troy Aikman, with the way the Jacksonville offense came to life and the way that Byron Leftwich threw the football.
You know, I agree, Joe. And we came in talking about how this was a Jacksonville team, a good Jacksonville team that really felt that they hadn't gotten their due yet. And you know, here today in front of a national audience, started out a little bit slow, but Byron Leftwich and this offense did a great job. And I think the same for the defense, because the secondary, whether it was Rasheem Mathis or Brian Williams, they struggled early on, you know, with Terrell Owens and with some of the things Dallas was doing, but they settled in and they really did dominate this football game. I know you talked a little bit earlier about the situation with the kickers and all, but it was just a well-played game by Jacksonville on both sides of the ball, and that's why they're going to win this game.
The reason why I bring up the kicking situation and obviously Romo is because you played in that town and you know the kind of coverage the Cowboys get, and you know that there are going to be plenty of newspaper columns filled with comments about the kicking game, Vanderjagt, Romo, right on down the list. 3rd down and 9. Handoff is to Tofield. He goes nowhere. Now it's 4th down, and Dallas takes their final timeout. Let's take a look at the scorecard of the new head coaches around the NFL and what they have done in their debut. Dick Duran lost with the Bills. They had that game. We're up on New England and lost it at the end on that safety. Art Shell, the Raiders will play San Diego. Then Edwards lost with Kansas City. Kubiak lost with the Texans to Philadelphia. Mangini won with the Jets. Rod Marinelli in a tough, tight game with Seattle lost by 3. McCarthy and the Packers are getting blown out. Brad Childress will make his debut on Monday Night Football. Sean Payton won and Scott Linehan won for the Rams.
Well, and I tell you, the Scott Linehan win, you know, if you're a St. Louis Ram and you're in that organization, I got to tell you, they're having some fun tonight because they beat a heck of a football team in Denver and a great way to start off their season.
I'll tell you what, Jim Haslett turning that defense around to shut down the Denver Broncos. He may get a head coaching job tomorrow. The job he did getting that defense back on the right track. Hansen with just a terrible punt.
Well, you know what? I think the idea there, Joe, was that they wanted him to kick it as high as he could and get as much hang time on this thing as he could to try to take as much time off the clock. It did, certainly based on what he showed, he wasn't trying to pooch punt it inside the 20.
It was a net of 12 yards.
No, I got you.
And it's such a lost art, punters downing the ball inside the 20, which is the mark that they use, but inside the 10 or 5 now. At least Bledsoe has a little room to operate with no timeouts, but he's not backed up, starting at his own 20.
Well, we'll see if the secondary here for the Jags can get deep and not give up anything deep like they did on that previous possession.
51 seconds remain. Dallas with no timeouts left. Bledsoe going deep. Owens fighting for the ball, and it's picked off. Intercepted, and that's how this game is going to end as Brian Williams in his first day with the Jaguars hauls it in.
Just a great play here by Brian Williams. Watch the job that he does in forcing Terrell Owens to the sidelines. There's nowhere for Drew Bledsoe to throw this football. He threw it the only place that he could to try to have the ball caught in the field of play, and Brian Williams extends out and just competes for the ball. Now, does he have it when he goes to the ground? Same rules apply for a defensive back.
And if there is a review, it will come from the booth with 41 seconds remaining. And there is the whistle from Jerry Austin.
Well, he definitely juggles it. It's hard to tell, however, if the ball hit the ground.
His arm's under it.
His arm's under it, and then he regains control. Now, we were wrong on the last one, but to me, that's an interception. And that's a heck of a play. I mean, he did such a good job of forcing Terrell Owens to the sidelines, not giving Bledsoe anywhere to throw the football. But more importantly, once the ball was in the air, he went and got it.
Brian Williams, last time we focused on Williams, he was being screamed at by Jack Del Rio on his way back to the bench. Now hoping to, in essence, end this heavyweight fight with the Dallas Cowboys with an interception.
I know Jack Del Rio told us that the acquisition of Brian Williams, you know, is allowing them to do some things that they otherwise haven't been able to do in previous years. And I'll tell you what, I said it a moment ago, for two corners that really struggled early in this game, I thought they played outstanding over the last 3 quarters of the game, and they're a big reason why this team, provided that's an interception, they're a big reason why this team's going to win today.
Only 2 catches, of course. One of the catches a touchdown for Terrell Owens in the second half after hauling in 4 in the first half. Glenn has 4 catches for 81 yards, thanks in large part to that 50-yard catch. And now Jerry Austin doesn't appear too focused on what's going on under the hood.
He really doesn't, does he?
Terrell Owens looking at the replay. There's no doubt, obviously the ball came out, but it looked like he secured it against his body before the football actually hit the ground. Let's get the call.
After reviewing the play, it's an incomplete pass. When the interceptor goes to the ground, the ball comes loose and hits the ground. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 on the 20. Please put 45 seconds on the clock.
See, now with that explanation, you can take issue with that because he's saying that the ball hit the ground And I'm not so sure we saw the football hit the ground.
Well, I don't think that we did, and it's all in the interpretation as far as what it is that you think that you're seeing. But you and I agree that we never saw the ball hit the ground. And to me, for them to overturn the call, there's got to be absolute visual evidence that the ball did hit the ground. So I don't know. I think that's a bad overturn.
So now back goes the football to the 20. 2nd down and 10. With 45 seconds on the clock.
Still surprised how shallow these safeties are playing.
Bledsoe goes down in the arms of Paul Spicer. Remember, they don't have any timeouts left. They have to get the receivers all the way back down the field and reset. A loss of 5 on the play.
Well, Flozell Adams never even got out of his stance.
Bledsoe over the middle. Now he's picked off, and it's Mike Peterson, the middle linebacker. Playing hurt. The anchor in the middle of this defense. And that clutch will end this day. So there are 3 interceptions on the record of Drew Bledsoe. Jack Del Rio and the Jaguars will start 1-0.
I'll tell you what a job Jack Del Rio has done with this organization. He's in his 4th year. Last year, as we talked about, at 12-4, and he's got them playing awfully well. And they had a challenge today against a good Dallas football team, but well, they certainly answered it. You get in a position against this Jacksonville defense where you're in a no-huddle situation, desperate to score a touchdown. That's tough duty on any offense.
What a start to this season. That was a slugfest here in week 1 between these 2 teams. We'll come back and wrap it up and then send it to the end of the Arizona-San Francisco game. Then the OT. Gosh, you've got a lot left on Fox today. There's your final. Back to Jacksonville right after this.
All new Family Guy is almost here.
All right.
Part of the Forefathers of Comedy premieres at 9/8 Central tonight on Fox.
برنامج على الهواء يواكب الحدث في حينه. برنامج على الهواء يغطي الأحداث السياسية العربية والعالمية، الأحداث الثقافية والاجتماعية. برنامج على الهواء اهتمامات متشعبة. برنامج على الهواء معكم دائما ولكم دائما.
على الهواء من السبت إلى الأربعاء في الأوقات التالية على قناة الصفوة.
Dallas losing here by 7. 24-17 is the final. For Troy Aikman and Pam Oliver, I'm Joe Buck. So long from Jacksonville for just a little. Right now, we're going to take you to bonus coverage of the 49ers and the Cardinals, where Josh Lewin and Bill Moss call the action. Guys.
And we'd like to welcome those of you watching other action all day today on Fox. Josh Lewin and Bill Moss here in Phoenix, where there's unprecedented excitement here in the Valley of the Sun regarding its football team. Edgerrin James now, Matt Leinart later. But most of all, the spectacular architectural marvel they now call home. They're trying to celebrate with a win. Up 10. San Francisco out of timeouts. And Alex Smith to the sideline, and he drilled it in there. Gilmore, the former Arizona Cardinal, making his 3rd catch of the afternoon. Now to sum it up, the 49ers actually had a 7-0 lead. Vernon Davis, the rookie tight end, was on the board first. Frank Gore's had a big day too, but hey, Kurt Warner, 3 touchdown passes, 300 yards.
Well, both teams, Josh, have put out offensive production, and I think that bodes well with what they have offensively.
Orbit's exclusive Pinoy Plus package has arrived, including the multi-award-winning GMA Pinoy TV, the most popular channel in the Philippines. PBO, bringing the biggest movie stars straight to your TV screen. And Pinoy Prime, with the finest primetime programs, news, sports, and drama. Also included DZWB Radio, the Philippines' most popular radio station. And that's not all. With the Pinoy Plus package, you will also receive a wide selection of great Orbit channels. NBA TV, the ultimate destination for basketball fans. And Orbit ESPN for the best in world sports. In addition, CNN International, MGM, Music Now, Fashion TV, and something for the whole family with the Cartoon Network, the Disney Channel, and Animal Planet. Pinoy Plus, a world of entertainment package just for you. To receive the Pinoy Plus package, contact your local Orbit dealer for details. Orbit, leading the way.